2 months ago, I knew nothing about video editing. I tried CapCut, but it was a bit manual and took me a long time. If you are a founder or creator and you're doing videos, you know the struggle. Creating the content is one thing, but editing can be so overwhelming and time consuming. But what if I told you that editing your videos could be as easy as deleting words from a page? That's what Descript lets you do, and that's why I use it to edit my videos in a fraction of the time compared to before. In this step-by-step tutorial, I'll share with you how you can use Descript to edit your videos fast and easy, even if you are a complete beginner like me. We'll go over everything from adding and joining clips, adding animation and transition, adding text and graphics, and even cleaning up your audio. But my favorite part are the AI tools, which help you clean up and fix your recording mistakes in an instant. Because we do a lot of mistakes while recording, right? So let's dive in. First of all, getting started with Descript. If you haven't tried Descript before, then go check it out. There's a link in the description. It will bring you to this page. You can get started for free. You just have to sign up with an email address. You can check it out for a few days. And if it works for you, then you can get either of these plans. The difference is that this is 10 transcription hours a month and this is 30. So it really depends on how many videos you want to do. If you have an annual versus a monthly, the savings is quite big. I signed up for this one because after a week, I was like, I need this tool. Once you sign up and sign in, you will come to a dashboard like this. Here are all the projects I have created with Descript. To start a new project, you click on New Project here. You can choose from video, audio, and record with others. Since we're talking about video project, I'm going to select video project right here. And now you have a few options. You can write some speech, you can import your video from Zoom, you can record, and you can upload a file. But I usually record my videos with Descript. I can edit and record it right there. You can also upload a few files and join them together in a project. For example, here I took my 5 files and it's putting it one by one. I can, of course, change the order of the files over here. Now let's see how to record your own video in Descript, because that's what I do a lot. So all you have to do when you create a new project and click on record, you will be in this dashboard and will see options here of camera, mic, and screen. So you can choose your camera. You can choose your mic. I have different mics installed here and it will show you the screen. You can choose a Chrome tab, a window, or your entire screen. Then you just press record. Like I'm recording this one right here. That's how easy it is to record a video in Descript. I used OBS before to record and then I used to edit it with CapCut. But now I just record it in Descript and I just edit the whole thing in Descript together. Now let's look at the key features of Descript that I use to edit my videos fast. And these are also the features that I use the most. The first feature is automatic transcription. You saw that as soon as I uploaded the videos here, all of them got transcribed. So if I click on any of these, all the text is coming here. That is one of the key and most important features of Descript, the automatic transcription. The second one is editing by text. Now, let's say I have all of this content in this order, but I don't want it in this order. All of it I can do by selecting and editing the text here. For example, I can click the whole thing and just click on ignore. I can also delete it completely from the video, but I don't know if I might want it back, so I just ignore it for now. The second thing I can do is reorder. So let's say I don't want this text here. I want it before this text here. So I just copy paste and my video gets adjusted just like a Word document. Okay. Now it can also happen, for example, that you have shot the whole video and then in the end you're like, damn, I missed out on something. And then you can record it again in the same script and then just shift it above where you actually need it. Similarly, if you have edited the text out and want it back, you just click on restore and it restores it. You can just cut out a few words here as well. You just click on ignore and it cuts it out. The third feature is scenes and layers. Well, it is a bit complicated in Descript the way they frame it, but let me try to explain it. Layout paths. Think of it as a PowerPoint template, right? You have a presentation template where you have multiple slides. They all look different. And then you have the individual elements in the slide. So you have the presentation, which is, in this case, the layout pack. That is the presentation template. Then you have the individual scenes, which are like the individual slides in the presentation. And then you have the layer, which are the individual elements in the slide. That's how it goes. So let's see how this works. First, I go to scene and I click over here on layout. And here it says change layout pack. So I can choose a layout pack that I want. This is the private one that I have created for myself, but you have a gallery here with multiple different layout packs, which is essentially templates. Now you can select any template. For example, I can select this one or this one. I will go with this whitish image. Here it shows you all the slide options that it has. The one that I have selected right now is the default camera. This is the scene that we are choosing. However, I can also choose to have a scene that looks like this. And now it applies it. You might have to do a few adjustments to get exactly the composition that you want, like zoom in, zoom out. And here you can customize the text that you want. We chose a layout pack. Now we chose a scene. And now we can choose the layer and edit it. I can choose the text over here, for example, and then go to layer. I can choose the text, the font, the border, background. I can choose animation for this text. I can choose a size and position, opacity, and a lot of different options. So you can just play around with it to get the text effect that you want. And now if I click on this, my layer is no longer a text layer. I have the option to choose audio, opacity, audio effects, and visual effects. So that was a layout pack, scene, and layer. Now we look at the next feature of how you can add images, stock footage, B-rolls, text, elements to make your video look more dynamic. Especially in a talking head video, sometimes you need to add these little fillers. Let's say I have this section where I say I was terrified of showing my face. So instead of just having the flat video over here, I want to add a stock footage to it or a video or an image to it to indicate I was terrified of showing my face. So the first thing I have to do is I have to make it a scene. The way to make a scene is just to add a forward slash over here. And to end the scene and to begin a new scene, you add another forward slash. So from this forward slash to this forward slash, this particular text, I was terrified of showing my face. Now this is a scene. Now I can simply select it and add some media to it. I have different options of media. I can go here to stock, and there I will see there's visuals and audio. I have video, GIFs, images, stickers, backgrounds, etc. For this exercise, I will just choose a simple video. So I go to video, show all, and I can just say off, let's say something like hiding face. And maybe I choose this one. So it imports a video and applies it to this scene. And now when I play it, you will see only in that section it applies this video. Instead of getting stock footage, of course, you can also add image. What you can also do is you can go to project and you can upload a file. So here you see I've uploaded a few files. You can upload a GIF, for example. So you can just select the same part and just apply the GIF. The next feature I will show you are the visual effects that you can add. Maybe I want to make my video more bright. So here you can go to layer again because I'm editing this particular layer. I can go and add visual effects here. I can add chroma key, color adjustments, blur, speaker background, green screen. I will focus on color adjustments in this video because otherwise it's too much. So I go to color adjustments, and then normally what I do is I increase the exposure a little bit. I'm going to make this full stack so you can see better. So I put in color adjustments, exposure, maybe a little bit of the saturation, and then it already looks better than what it did before. You can add contrast, highlights, shadows, so just play around to get the effect that you want. You can also add animations over here, for example, zoom and pan. You can also add your custom animation if you would like. You can go here, click on add, and add any kind of animation that you like. One thing that Descript does automatically is add transitions. So let's say I have this part of the video, which is one scene, and then it transitions to the next part in which I am no longer talking to the camera like before, but I'm sharing my screen and talking to the camera. You see there is this forward slash here, which indicates it's a scene, and it adds a smart transition here. If you go to scene, then you will see transition has been applied. Sometimes in and out, sometimes only out. And you can customize it. I can totally customize it. I can choose a different kind of transition, a smart transition. I can choose easing or slow down, speed up, whatever, all of these options. And then you can play around with the way that you like. In the last one, again, you see this is a different scene. So it is going back to me talking to the camera. And here again, you have a smart transition applied. Play around with it to choose the kind of transition between slides which looks smooth and works the best for your video. So what we saw so far in Descript are automatic transcription, editing your video with text, adding custom footage or stock footage in certain parts of your text, changing the color and brightness the way you want, changing the slides the way you want, adding animation and adding transition. Now, what you can also do is create new composition. So you can select some part of your video that you want and click on the three dots. And here it says duplicate to new composition. So you can create a completely new video from it. This is very helpful if you want to repurpose your long form videos into short forms. But for that, there is another AI feature, and I will talk more about repurposing at the end of this video. By the way, a quick disclaimer, Descript did not sponsor me to do this video. I am just obsessed with creating systems, workflows, and finding tools that make content creation faster and easier. Descript worked for me, so I wanted to share it with you as well. The link in the description is an affiliate link, but that's all that there is to it. Now I want to jump on to the next feature, which I told you was my favorite part, which is the AI features. This section here called the underlord, you see it already has an AI icon. So I'm going to look at underlord here, and here are the many things that you can do. The most important ones here are remove retakes, because when we record ourselves, there are so many things that we say double or wrong, and that is where removing retakes comes in. It just cleans it all up and keeps only the parts which are good. You can also shorten word gaps. So if you are a slow speaker or if you pause too much between sentences and it makes your video seem slow, you can click on this and it will reduce all these gaps. Removing filler words is when you have the ahs, oof, these kind of things. It automatically removes it from your video. Let's see these one by one. When I click on shorten word gaps, it asks me gaps more than 3 seconds, reduce it to 1 second. I can customize it. I can say if it's 2 seconds, make it 1 second. Then shorten all and it will clean it up. For example, here it says this gap is more than 3.8, 3.6. It has identified these 4 of them. So it can clean it up and make it to 1 second. If I say shorten anything which is more than 2 seconds, now it's identifying these with 2.9 as well. You can also choose to skip any of these. You say, this one, I don't want you to shorten the gap. And then you have remove retakes. So if I click on remove retakes, it says cut all but your best take. So I just submit it. And now it's thinking and it's figuring out where I have all the retakes done. It has found 20 retakes. I can just say removing no text from script. So it will clean it all up. Then I can choose remove filler words. Now it's identifying, kind of, so, all right, So it just makes it longer and less dynamic. So you can just collect it and clean it all up. Or you can say just delete and replace with gap. You can choose one by one. You can just click remove all and it cleans it all up. Then you have what I do the most, which is edit for clarity. So I just click on edit for clarity and you have low, medium, and heavy. I just take medium, and this is where it combines all the work of the filler words and retakes and shorten gaps and everything in the same place. So here you see it has cut out so many things, but it does not delete it. It still keeps it in the transcript in case I want it back. But it has deleted so many things from my video. All these parts highlighted in gray, it has removed. So if I want, I can get them back. Otherwise, it just polishes it all up together. This is brilliant because then you don't have to go word by word, text by text and see, this is too much. You don't have to do it manually. Even though you're editing the video like a text document, AI will clean all of this up for you. And usually it's extremely accurate. I use this feature a lot. And then, of course, in some places, if it's not correct, then you can just restore it to what you want it to be. These are more the editing features, the text features, but there are other features which makes Descript so brilliant for me. One is the eye contact feature. This is where if you are not looking at the screen when you're talking, maybe you have a script in front of you and you don't have a teleprompter or it's not doing it accurately, then you can read your text like that But with the eye contact, it will make it seem like my eyes are up here, right? I use this feature a lot. It's not 100% accurate, but most of the time, it does look like I'm looking at the camera. Maybe like 80% of the time, if I had the 100% of the video looking at not the camera, then 80% it will make me look at the camera, 20% maybe not. So as I said, it is especially helpful if you don't have a teleprompter. What I use a lot is studio sound. This really cleans up your audio. Maybe you have some noise in the background or your audio is not exactly clear. It just polishes it all up. So this feature and the eye contact feature is something that I apply almost to every video that I make. The last thing that's left is to publish and export the video. Now, once your video is ready, on the Descript dashboard, you have the Publish button. If you click on it, you will see two options, Export and Publish. In the Export option, you can download your video as not just a video, but also as an audio, GIF, timeline, transcript, etc. And if you export your video with the Export option, then you can choose from your current composition or current scene, the resolution, quality, metadata, and advanced options. I don't usually click on all these. I just keep the quality high, the resolution max, and the export. But actually, I don't export it at all. I did that in the beginning and it took so much time that I just use the publish option. So here, what you have to do is just publish it and then download the video. You also have other options, like you can share the link with someone, or you just download it on your desktop and then upload it to YouTube or whichever platform you want. Here is showing you update because I already published the video before and then I made some changes and then I can just update. So the new changes will be reflected and then you just download it again. This is just to keep it simple, not going into too much complication. Instead of export, you just publish and then you download the video. I find Descript extremely easy to use. I can edit the videos in exactly the way I want. I can make mistakes and clean it up later. And I don't even need to have any video editing skills. I edited this video with Descript. Now, granted, it's not perfect, but for me, it is a better solution right now than to outsource my video editing or spend hours learning and mastering a proper video editing tool. This is a user-friendly tool which works for complete beginners like us. But that's not all. Earlier, I mentioned that with Descript, you can easily turn your long-form videos into short-form clips in just a few clicks. To know how to do that, watch the next video here where I'll show you how to repurpose your YouTube videos into TikToks, Reels, and Shorts without extra editing work. If you don't see the thumbnail here, that means I haven't uploaded the video yet. If this tutorial helped, hit like, subscribe, and comment with me about your favorite feature in Descript. Now go edit your video the easy way, and I'll see you in the next one.